Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Mualim Prasetyo with student number A32019 and 104. And in this occasion, please allow me to introduce and invite you to a train station museum in Ambarawa, Central Java. Let's go.
Okay, so here is my section in explaining our final project in tourism internship final examination. Okay, so my name is Naufaludin A, student number 145. And I'm going to deliver my opinion or my explanation. So entering about the accommodation in Museum Ambarawa. When my group went there in the station, we tried to look for the accommodation but in this museum there is no such an accommodation like homestay or motel. There is no such an accommodation, but instead, if we talk about the facility that is available there is some sort of a facility like food and beverages. So there's no an accommodation for a homestay or a motel for staying a night. Since this museum is only operating from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So there's no homestay accommodation. About the
And next we move to the good thing and bad thing about the museum. And let's go for the good aspect first. And for the good aspect, I conduct six of good aspect about the museum. The first is the place is actually clean and tidy. The second one is some of the trains are well maintained. The third one, information and history of the railway and the train is complete and clear. The fourth is adequate facilities. The fifth is historical relics that are quite well preserved. And the sixth is easy and affordable access. And then for the bad aspect, in some place, the first one is in some place, especially in the west area, the place is pretty dirty and messy. The second is the old counter is not well maintained because it looks like not pretty well. It looks bad. The third one is in some dusty place. There are some dusty in some place and or point. And for the fourth is there is no tour guide. Okay.
And then about the transport. Since this museum is located in near yes, it is located in Ambarawa region, in Karesdian Ambarawa. There is no transport that will bring us tourists from the main city, Ambarawa, to this museum. There's only a small or a village bus or a public transportation, but it is dropped in near the station, so not entering the so it is not entering the station. Instead, the public transportation is just drop the passenger to the near traditional market. So that is the transportation in this of the tourist object. And about the review from the visitors that have came to this museum, like we cannot find any response or reviews from the internet. And we also, at that time when we visited the museum, we couldn't give a questionnaire to the stakeholders there, since we didn't have the paper for permission. But from the personal point of view, we think that this museum is very okay. It's vintage style, it's classy, and I think it is good to become a good object to spend time to study about history in Indonesia. And I think that is the review from us, that this museum is recommended for people who love to see old things, to study old things, and not old, I mean unique vintage things. So I think it is good enough to visit. Okay, that is about the review from us.
And next, for the tourist attraction. For tourist attraction, there are several collections of heritage railway facilities, such as 26 steam locomotive, 4 diesel locomotive, 5 trains, and 6 carriages from various regions. And for the facilities, there are toilet, musola, wheelchair, audiovisual, and book train. For the operational hours, it's open for Monday till Sunday from 8 a.m. to 16 p.m. And for the source of income, there are price of admission including adult and student. It costs for 20,000 per person, 2,000 rupiah, 20,000 rupiah per person for children age 3 till 12 years old, and student it costs 10,000 rupiah for each person, and for foreign tourists it costs 30,000 per person. And there are applications for entry dispensation. Request for museum interest ticket dispensation can be made with the condition that the minimum number of group is 20 people, and send a letter requesting museum entry ticket dispensation to manager of the Ambarawa Railway Museum or manager of historical building and museum, PTKA Tourism. It means that if you want to get the lower price, you should be consist minimal of 20 people and then sending a letter of request, so you could get the discount. And then for photoshoot rates, the photoshoot will take the photoshoot fee at the museum will cost 330,000 per hour rupiah per hour. And for the
the organizer or the authorities that run this museum is actually this museum Ambarawa is formed based on a rail station back in 19th century, since in Dutch colonized in Indonesia, but this museum actually is authorized by PTKA in Indonesia. So it's still an active station, but for a short journey from Ambarawa to Tuntang, not Ambarawa to other city, but this station is actually still active. But besides its active station, it also serves as the place for a tourist. I mean, historical station, as it is stated. So once this station called Willem I, it is established by Netherlands Indische Spoorweg Maatschappij NISM. This founded in 1873. It is about the 19th century. So this station, the authority, now is belong to PTKA Indonesia. So it is not private facility. It's not a private tourist object. It belongs to PTKA Indonesia.
And then there are some regular train schedule for individual for Ambarawa Tuntang to Tuntang vintage diesel locomotive or round trip. Ticket rates apply to each child passenger from 3 years old and adult for that cost 100,000 rupiah per person. Vintage diesel locomotive and 3 wooden trains. Tourist train trips on Saturday, Sunday, and national holiday with a schedule according to the condition of the train series. Schedule can change at any time without prior notification. Regular tourist train tickets open from 6 a.m. for all scheduled departure with the go show system or no booking with a queue of 1 person. A maximum of 4 tickets by showing the museum entrance ticket and identity card. Regular tourist train tickets are only valid for one trip. Regular tourist train tickets are only valid for individual visitor or families. Group of till 30 people or more are advised to carry out the tourist train rental procedure. Itinerary for tour rental train per group. And then for tour rental or group or reservation train rates. This group or reservation rental tour ticket includes museum entrance ticket, except if it exceeds capacity. Museum entry ticket will be charged. Group tour trains or rental or booking can run any day and any time according to the wishes of the tenants. Tourist train reservations are made long before departure, at least 2 till 3 weeks before departure. And for weekday rental rates, Ambarawa to Tuntang per round trip. First one is diesel locomotive plus 1 CR or wooden train, capacity of 40 people. It costs 5 million rupiah. And for diesel locomotive
Okay, hello my friend, I'm Sugeng. In this occasion, I will take you all around Malioboro Street. Enjoy it. Malioboro Street is the name of one road area of the 3 roads across Yogyakarta city, which stretches from Yogyakarta Monument to the intersection Yogyakarta 0 km point. Overall, the Malioboro area consists of Jalan Margo Utomo, Jalan Malioboro, and Jalan Margo Mulyo. This part is the axis Yogyakarta Place imaginary line, this road connects Yogyakarta Monument until the complex Yogyakarta Palace. On the north side is Jalan Margo Utama, which stretches from the south of the Tugu area to the East Yogyakarta station. Between Jalan Margo Utama and Jalan Malioboro are separated by a railroad crossing which is quite unique, where this crossing uses a sliding gate. Jalan Malioboro actually only stretches from the south side of the railroad tracks in front Hotel Grand Ina to end at Beringharjo Market East side. From this point, the name of the street changed to the Jalan Margo Mulyo until Yogyakarta 0 km point. Here is the former residence of the Covenant. It's indies on the west side and Frederiksberg Fort on the east side. Malioboro Street is the boundary between Gandong Tengen Kemantren and Danurejan Kemantren, where the west side of Malioboro is the territory of the Gandong Tengen Kemantren, and the east side of Malioboro is the territory of. As a legendary street, Malioboro is also an attraction for artists to express their work. Several artworks are inspired from this street. Musician Surakarta song Yogyakarta, which was created by looks like Bagaskara in 19. Okay, everyone, that's all. We around the city Yogyakarta at Jalan Malioboro. Hope you enjoyed all. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.